move on to game 2, so just before we do that, let's head on over to the intro, and I'll be back in just over a minute. See you guys soon.
It's showtime.
Welcome back, guys. You are watching the STPL. I'm your host, Kix. Solo casting today. Rapid is currently sat in an airport waiting for a flight to Hong Kong, so unfortunately he couldn't be here tonight for this epic series, but we are currently in the middle of on to game 2, so just before we do that, let's head on over to the intro, and I'll be back in just over. We did just see Terra take down Eriador in a very, very explosive first game, but we're going to move here into the second one, so let's move on over to the overlay. And let's have a look at who's going to be our players here in this second game. Okay, so starting us off here in the left-hand side of your screen is going to be the captain himself for NaS. It's going to be DragOn. Now, DragOn does race pick. He plays CVP, but luckily for him here, he is going to be playing his main race. And did I unmute my mic? Yes, I did. Thank God for that. But still, should be a great game here because DragOn currently 3-2 up again, or in this round. He's currently 3-1 against Zerg, and he did go 5-2 in the last round. So DragOn did an incredible job then. He's doing an incredible job now, and certainly leading his team from the front. And he's going to be doing the same thing again here in this second game against our red player for the second game. It's going to be KuH. KuH is a Zerg player himself. He's currently 4-0 in the STPL. He's actually, well, I think both of them. No, okay, so KuH is actually in the top 10. He's actually second overall in the player rankings for the STPL. So he has done an incredible job. He's currently 8-1 overall, and he is looking to make it 9-1 here in this all-important second game, as they move on to Aztec. Now, Aztec did come from the Gyeongnam STX Masters Cup in 2011, was also used in the Pro League of the same year. But it's been a fairly balanced map so far in CVP. We've had 5 games on it. We've had 3 wins for the Protoss, 2 wins for the Zerg, but if there's one man that can stop in the way of DragOn and bring red back to a 1-1, it is going to be KuH. Now let's head on to our game, and let's get started with the second game of today's STPL. It's NaS versus Red, DragOn versus KuH. And starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, we do have the captain himself of NaS. It's DragOn in the teal as the Protoss. And his opponent down here in the bottom right-hand side, we do have in the red again, fighting for red. The maps are rigged. It's going to be KuH as our Zerg player. Now, of course, this is going to be an interesting matchup. PvZ been one of DragOn's specialities in the STPL, and it's also been ZVP has been a speciality of KuH as well, so we could have two of the titans of STPL here playing against each other in this second match. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing exactly what we're going to see from both players. I think DragOn, as usual, is probably going to go for a Forge Fast Expand, although he is saving for a Gateway, it looks like. Could also be a Nexus first, but DragOn, not known to take that risk. I think it is going to be a Gate first. No, it's going to be a Forge, just getting the Forge a little bit later than I was expecting. But DragOn is going to scout KuH last, of course. KuH going to get that first scout with his Overlord, but the Overlord doesn't see anything too interesting. Now, back at home, we do see KuH going for a 12 pool and a 12 gas, so looking to put on a little bit of pressure early on, maybe worried a little bit about a Zealot opening. DragOn has been known to use those 1 gate openings. Oh, my bad. Whoops. You know what, Numbers? I've had an interesting day at work. The one thing that's kept me going all day is knowing that I'd be casting this series, and then we'll finally find out who's going into the STPL Round 2 playoffs. So I made it through the day. Here I am. I'm tired. But very early gas by KuH. He is going to go for very quick lane speed by the looks of it. Now, it's not beyond the realms of possibility for KuH to go in some weird kind of lair opening. He is going for 2 hatcheries. 2 hatch Muta, of course, not as common against Protoss, but maybe KuH's seen something in Dragon style. No, it looks like it is just going to be for link speed. He's pulled out of gas now. But of course, these players have seen each other play a lot. I know there's been a lot of studying going on behind the scenes by all of the players on all of the teams to try and get a leg up on their opponent. There is a huge prize pool waiting at the end of the tournament. It's over $1,200 at the moment. The winner does get about, I think I said 50% of that, so that's at least $500 to the winning team, which is kind of insane, but still going to be crazy. This is a very long tournament, of course, as well. We're at the end of round 2, but there's still 2 more rounds after this. It's been going since March. I did a playlist on YouTube for both the rounds, and there's currently over 260 games played in the STPL, which is just absolutely insane. I've been there for every single one of them. It's like I'm raising a child, and it's... I think it's going okay. I'm hoping everyone's enjoying it, because I'm probably going to do another one next year, so do keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, of course, just while there's a little bit of downtime in the game, we're going to have Cybercore coming up for DragOn, but just while nothing's really happening, just to announce... if you haven't seen the thread on TL, there is going to be a round 3 show match series, which is going to be on the same time as the playoffs. They'll be on the off days of the playoff days for the teams that aren't participating. So far, we've got 3 new teams for round 3, including VT Valhalla, MSJ, and BWL Brood War Life. Brood War Life actually run by Kingdom, one of the ex-NaS players. That's going to take our total if nobody leaves in between round 2 and 3. 2 of the teams are in contention at the moment, but that will take us to 16 teams in the STPL, which makes this one of the biggest team leagues ever, I think. No pro league had ever been this big. Obviously, they were all televised matches, so there wouldn't be enough time. Wasn't enough teams back then, or even sponsors, to do a team league that big. But some say I'm crazy, some say I'm insane, but here I am. I'm perfectly sane. I'm casting Brood War like 3 times a week, and I'm enjoying myself, and I'm trying to push the production as much as I can, and just see if I can improve the tournament. I look back at one of my oldest VODs, and one of the things you're going to see in the round 3 intro is just how much the overlay and everything has changed. Because I want to make that obvious, because until I watched my old VODs I didn't realize. We're going to have a little bit of a micro battle here between DragOn and KuH. Now, of course, KuH has gone for the Drones of Air. He's not going for the 973, but he has added on a lot of Hydralisks. They're going to move in across the map, so we got a little bit distracted. But going back to the game now, we do have a lot of drones coming up for KuH. We actually have a nice bit of Zealot micro, able to take down one of those. And let's actually have a look at the front of Dragon's base. He actually built a lot of cannons in response to this. One of the major things in PvZ is if you underestimate how many Hydralisks your opponents made, you can get really, really badly killed. And Dragon is not one to underestimate it. But has he overestimated? We have a lot of drones coming in behind here by KuH. KuH is faking a Hydra attack. And it may work in his favor here. His economy is going to be absolutely insane. He's going up to his lair as well, so he's going to be going into a spire. And this is going to be good because one of the players in the STPL that has been going for Corsairs has been DragOn. Now, I did say in a previous cast that we don't really see Corsair openings too much in the STPL, but DragOn, very much a fan of those. Unfortunately, the Hydra's getting in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Corsair going to go for as much scouting information as possible. Going to be scouting for that drone count, scouting for any Hydralisks coming out of the base as well. And now DragOn's seen everything. He should be in a very, very good position. Now, I see a lot of people thanking me in chat, so thank you very much. Of course, I couldn't do it without all the support from you guys, and of course all the players for playing their games, because I could spend hours and hours and hours organising a tournament, and then no one play, and then I've got nothing to cast or nothing to do, so...
He's dead, Jim.
If it wasn't for those guys, a huge thank you to the donation as well. I'll have to check how much that is after the game, but that does mean a hell of a lot to me, so very, very, very huge thanks. But either way, we do have that fake Hydralisk build coming in from DragOn, of course, sorry, from KuH. DragOn going into his +1 attack, which is actually quite late. He lost his Forge early on. The wall really not helping him there, I missed that. But we do have KuH going into his Evo chambers, and he's going to look to take a 4th base here soon. He's going up to a 6th hatchery, 7th hatchery even. Wait, hold on, is that 7 hatcheries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's 6. I thought there was 2 in the main. But with 6 hatcheries, he's going to have a lot of production. Very standard coming up from him. Starting his upgrades immediately, showing why he's currently sat 8 for 2 in the SCPL. Or I think it might be 8 for 1 even in the SCPL. He's done an insane job with his macro every single game we've seen him play. But DragOn is certainly no slouch. Like, even though it did feel like he could have been a little bit further behind, he's actually got a lot of gateways now. He's above in supply again over his opponent. Zealot Legs coming in with +1 attack finishing as well, and Dragoon range coming in as well. DragOn is putting himself in a very nice position to be able to break out of the base. And we just see DragOn trying to get as much scouting information as possible. And interestingly, if there was a fleet of like 4 Corsairs and they flew into this Overlord pack, they would all die. But luckily enough for KuH, there is only 1 Corsair. These 6 hatcheries are going to start really pumping some Hydralisks now. He has enough drones. He's going to be able to get this 4th base up. Interestingly, taking his 4th base at the natural 4th location rather than going in for another natural. Of course, if he does take this natural base, it's a little bit closer to his opponent, but taking the bottom 4th obviously does make it harder to actually move out. Now, we actually have DragOn killing some of his own buildings to get out. This is one of the problems of going for cannons. We do have Overlord speed coming in as well. That Overlord going to go in, going to scout everything it needs to see. It's going to see the full gateway count, which is currently at 5, soon to be 7. He's going to see the Dragoon Rangers coming, and see that +1 attack still hasn't finished. So we do of course have Templar in here for DragOn, but he's still going to be in a fairly interesting position. Now both of them really unable to attack. We have too much stuff by DragOn in defense, so KuH can't really push in. Doesn't want to throw the game away by going for a crazy drop. He is going to get drop tech now though, and going to go in for that Queen's Nest, so he's going to go for the Hive. But just going back to what I was saying before, we have this hatchery coming up here. Now the trouble is, it is far away from his opponent. He's going to be able to keep it alive a lot longer. But where is he going to go from here? How is he going to expand? If he takes this as his 5th base, of course it's going to be very, very difficult. And we do have a lot of KuH's units being pulled back. Did I completely miss a breakout? I don't think I did. I think he pulled those units back. But yeah, that was very nice timing. He is going to keep all of his units alive. But this is going to give DragOn the ability to take a third base and possibly his own fourth base, and this is all that DragOn really needs. KuH didn't overcommit to any kind of lurk and contain. This is a very good area for Storms, of course. He is going to pull back and defend his base. He's actually sending a lot of units back here, so he really thinks that he's going to die to a counterattack or something. He doesn't want to take any chances, but DragOn is playing safe. He's adding on his third Nexus, and then of course he's going to be using his gateway production, which is currently at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways, to really try and put the pressure on as he secures his third base. Now we do have a shuttle finally in, so that does mean Robotech is done. Are we going to see a Robo Support Bay? And if so, are we going to see Robo Speed? Oh, sorry, Shuttle Speed. Shuttle Speed incredibly important when going for this, but DragOn is going to make use of his APM. He's doing what Terra did in the last game. He's going to attack from 2 angles at once. He's going to push in with his main army, and then push in with the Storm Drop, and here we go. The Storm Drop could be very, very impactful. There's a lot of drones in KuH's base. There we go. One Storm takes down a lot of drones. Another Storm not going to be possible, but he's going to be able to pick up. And while this is going on, he tried to break up that 4th ramp, but too many units here by KuH. There we go. KuH. Oh, DragOn actually. Okay. So, Zealots can take 1,000,000 lurker shots and then still get away, that's fine. But there we go, looks like the shell does get away. He just sent 1 Templar, so not really committing too much to this. Oh, this could be a big, big moment. There's actually not a lot of units here to defend. We have a lot of units being picked up in Overlords. Oh man, half of KuH's units are in the Overlords right now. He needs to get them down. He needs to defend this ramp. But is there going to be too much? Of course, this is going to be a huge storm at the top of the ramp. A nice storm on top of both of the lurkers. Another storm going on top of the other two, and a huge amount of damage being dealt here by DragOn as KuH tries to hold on to his ramp, but a lot of units are stuck up. But it looks like KuH going to go for the Doom Drop behind this. He feels he has enough to hold on to the ramp for now, and he is going to go for this counter drop. Is it going to be able to do too much? We have soon to be Adrenalines here. A lot of storm going down on top of the defending units, but this big engagement back here going to be so important with this drop. There's not that much defense back here, and I mean KuH is just holding on by a thread. Every single unit that's being rallied out is coming up here to defend against this. Adrenaline only a third of the way done. That's going to be a big boon for him. But KuH with a lot of lurkers manages to hold on, and here we go. Here is said Doom Drop. Does he actually have any units in here? Yes, he does. But not actually that many, interestingly enough. Not the most efficient drop I've ever seen, but still going to do a lot of damage. And you can see DragOn pulling everything back here to try and defend. He's pulled his probes away, but Lings are going to do a lot of damage in this base. But there are a lot of Zealots that have managed to come out. +2 upgrade. Is it going to be finished? It's going to be so close. It looks like it's going to be cancelled. And yes, it is. +2 upgrade does not finish for the Protoss units. So despite the fact KuH lost a lot of units doing that, that is well worth it. His army going to be a lot stronger. It's actually 1-1 upgrades on the melee. Going to be likely 1-1 on the Hydras as well. No, actually just 1 carapace. No +1 upgrade on his attack just yet for ranged. But that was a big moment for KuH. KuH is going to look to secure this other main. And I mean, the Overlords could get caught out here, but DragOn is in a very weird situation now. His economy was shot for quite a while. He's not been mining off his third base. He, of course, did take this 4th base, so it's not too much of a big deal. DragOn's still in a good position. He has a very efficient army. He's got a lot of storms here, and it's going to be up to KuH to really answer this. Now, Cracklings should be finished now. Yes, they are, and he is going to go for the counter. This is one of the power plays here on Aztec. It's a very open middle, and you can see DragOn wanted to push, but he's being forced to pull everything back again. And this is such a big moment by KuH. He's buying himself time to get those Defilers, get those Hive units, a big storm on top of the Cracklings, and he will clean this up. But are we going to see a big drop here? Obviously, Crackling drops do a lot of damage. We even see an Archon left back here to try and defend. But KuH is just going to be able to build so many Lings with that mineral-only base. And that looks exactly what's going on now. That's kind of interesting, and I've noticed the top of the map overlay isn't showing. That's kind of strange, but here we go. A huge push in by DragOn once again. That's going to do a lot of damage here as he moves forward into this. Now, let's actually just bring up the map name. Hopefully that's going to show up on stream. But we are going to have a 1-1 Ling still. What are the upgrades looking like back here? +2 melee attack, +2 carapace. Coming on, we have the 5th base up here by KuH. He's going to have the NaS canal as well, which is going to give him the mobility. And one thing to just zoom out and show you is the way this map is laid out. To attack the different bases, you have to go a very long way around. And that's exactly what KuH is looking to abuse. We're going to have a lot of units swarming out of this NaS canal, only right from the Zerg player here. And here we go, it's going to be a big push down this ramp. Not going to send all his Lings up to die, he's going to wait. The Protoss does have to come down to him. But you can see while this is going on, he's completely lost any form of attack on the other bases of KuH. And KuH is going to feel pretty good about that. That Archon doing a lot of damage. But here we go, the Ling's going to try and push up a nice storm on top of some of these units. This Ling somehow avoiding all damage. And is this going to be enough to hold on to this base? There's obviously a lot of Zerg units coming down. And this is DragOn's main army. And here we go, DragOn actually trying to take a 5th base over here. Not going to work out for him. But look at this, the probe keeping the Dragoon alive for as long as humanly possible. And KuH is still holding on, he's adding Sunkens. And he wants to move in from behind for the flank. And is he going to get it? He's pushing in with a lot of Lings from the back, of course. DragOn having a lot of trouble pushing down the ramp. Doesn't get that much done. But Ling's not really worth too much, of course. KuH has mined out this mineral only. He did build a lot of drones early on. And here we go, we're going to have a storm drop in the main. All of the drones have been pulled already. Actually, storming the Ultralisk cavern. DragOn, unfortunately, probably just trying to use that storm. Maybe a misclick. But is going to scout the Ultralisk. That's going to be Ultra Speed coming along. That's going to be a very, very big moment. Because we do have KuH's units over in the other base. Here are the cows. KuH is putting the name in cool here as he is moving down the ramp with these Ultras. Now, Ultras not too effective against 3-3 Zealots, but against only +2 Zealots at this point because he's lost his Forge twice. These Ultras are going to do so much, especially when the Carapace upgrade kicks in. And these are 2-2 Cracklings. And DragOn's army is evaporating now. So much blue goo absolutely everywhere. And unfortunately for him, it's not going to be Fugu for his opponent. But here we go, we've got a lot of Zealots on top of the Ultras now, and they are going to be pushing in. But it looks like we're going to have another big swell of units going over to the 4th base. KuH is just playing around his opponent's army now. That's all he needs to do. He needs to keep his bases up. He's going for this 6th base. And if he can grab hold of that, it's going to be very, very important to keep hold of it, because here we go, there's going to be a big engagement at the 3rd base of DragOn. DragOn's main is mined out, his natural is mined out, he's only mining from these 2 bases, but perfect storms. Going to be enough to keep this alive again. Where are the Defilers? That's what we need to see. We need a swarm with this. We actually saw a building get killed. When the heck did that happen? But once again, we see a 5th base attempt by DragOn actually succeeding. Wow, DragOn is managing to hold on to this base, but the second we get some Hydras up here, it's going to be hard to break down, but look at the amount of cannons. That's so much, but here we go. We do have KuH moving out once again with his units, going to get on top of the cannons. KuH's going to do a lot to this. We actually see another base going up here by KuH. This Nexus is going to be 400 minerals, so it's not going to pay off. And it's going to be another 800 minerals in cannons. And there we go, this is going to be a big engagement. DragOn needs to win this engagement if he wants to stay in the game. Do we have nice swarms? We've got a couple of nice swarms on the Ultra, but Ultras have a lot of health. They still don't have their Carapace upgrade. But still a great game so far by both of these players. And we see KuH once again with the counterattack on the Lings. DragOn is just not able to find another base. And this is so impactful. DragOn As I said before, mined out of his main. Oh, that was his natural. Mined out of his main. Gonna be mined out eventually from this fourth base, and his third is very nearly very nearly dry. He's trying to swap into Reavers, but Reaver Scarabs, of course, do take minerals, and minerals are a commodity that DragOn at the moment can't really afford. He's gonna have to rebuild a lot of cannons, a lot of Nexuses. And here we go. Looks like we are going to have DragOn just still moving through the map. We have KuH taking yet another map. DragOn unable to really pressure this base. And it looks like DragOn is going to try and clear out this space. He wants to take another base. He needs to take another base. It's not even a choice now. It's a necessity. And slowly but surely, KuH may be able to starve his opponent. But this is it. This is when the Carapace upgrade has moved in for KuH. Let's actually zoom out just a little bit and let's see what the outcome of this engagement is going to be. A lot of DragOn's units getting taken down. His third base is going to go down as well, but there's going to be a lot of damage from these Reavers, and it looks like KuH is going to have enough to break through. And DragOn, unfortunately, has lost most of his army. He's now at a supply deficit. And this is such a strong Zerg army. We have a nice storm going down, but there's just too much Zerg here. But here come the boys. 6 Archons in the back, gonna come down. They do a lot of damage. 3-1 upgrades, and DragOn, despite all odds, could hold on to this base. What a great job by him. The absolute Archon ball of death coming in, and gonna keep his fourth base alive for now. But here we go. How long is this going to last? We have another huge amount of cows. Now the trouble is, KuH is low on money. He's building a lot of Ultralisks. We've got DragOn throwing away a lot of money on cannons that just aren't able to do anything. But just look at how many bases we have for KuH. He has nearly every other base on the map. He's even taking the other mineral only at this point. And we've actually got probes transferring into this base. A little bit optimistic by DragOn, as he does need to get those minerals. But the ramp is actually working incredibly well for the Ultralisks here, as the Zealots and everything are charging up one by one. And Ultra's harassing probes now. This is the situation we're in this game. We have a single Zergling. Oh man, that Scarab got so confused. Does take that down though, but with these Ultras still alive up here, KuH is doing an incredible job. Like, his money is just staying so low. And look at the amount of units coming out of KuH's bases. He has army absolutely everywhere. And DragOn's trying to hold on. It looks like KuH is going for the last bastion of hope here. He actually storms dangerously close to his probes. And is this too much for KuH? DragOn has done a great job holding on until now. But KuH, with the insane macro, with the huge amount of drones, gonna be able to put on more and more pressure. No +3 attack though yet for KuH. That should be coming up soon with the +5 carapace here for the Overlords, Ultralisks even. But look at this, KuH is not done. He's sending units absolutely everywhere. Reminds me a lot of Effort style of ZVP. And DragOn desperately needs this base now. He's mined out of his third. His fourth base is barely mining. It's completely open to the world. And DragOn is going to hold for now, but for how long? What is going to be the big play by KuH? KuH, of course, can't close out the game at the moment, but he's got 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, 4 base, 5 bases mining, 6 bases mining with good drone saturation of pretty much all of them. And KuH is just going to be so far ahead the longer this game goes on. But of course, when the upgrades come in for these Archons, for the Zealots, he can do more and more against the Ultras. But here we go. This could be it. This could be the last remaining minute of hope here for DragOn as he tries to take an engagement. But there's so many Ultralisks. And there's going to be a Defiler here with Plague as well. This is going to add insult to injury, but there we go. We do have Swarm going down, and DragOn's final units are being taken down here. We actually see KuH sending Lings over here as well, and GG! KuH is going to tie the series up 1-for-1 in an insanely played... Wow, was he going for a big drop as well? Yes, he was. KuH was absolutely all over DragOn there, and it definitely showed in that game. So What a great PvZ or CVP that we saw from KuH. Now, of course, that is going to tie our series 1-1. It is going to be a best of 5. So we're going to head on over to the third game of the series very shortly. And if it carries on like this, we could have an ace match, which would mean the most trying to think of the right word, the most important game of round 2, without a doubt. Going down to the ace match could mean the difference between one team making it through and not, and also the other team is resting on that as well. That's going to be White Clan. So let's see how they're going to do in the third game. Let's head on over to the overlay and let's get started, or the intro even, and let's get started with our third game. See you guys very shortly.